Now available in paperback and e-readers. John Haynes, 1987. Learn lessons about life and teenage love in the 1980s in this coming-of-age John Haynes story. Get your copy of John Haynes 1987 in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. I was watching a Brian Solange video where he was talking about Skai Jackson and the Pookie type guys she gets involved with. And as I was watching that video, it took me back to my days of the 1980s and all the lessons I learned about young black girls and why I avoided black girls back then and why I avoid a lot of black women right now. Because many of those young black girls grew up to become many of the first generation of baby mamas, and those women today are the grandmothers today and basically passed on their dysfunction from generation to generation. Now, one of the things I learned growing up is that many of these black girls who get involved with these Pookie types, basically they may look like they've got stuff going well on the outside, but what many people don't know is that there's a lot of chaos going on the inside as related to these kinds of girls, and a lot of these girls basically have a lot of skeleton bones inside of their closet, and that's one of the reasons why a smart man has absolutely nothing to do with them. Now, from my own personal experience, I learned that many of these black girls who go out here and get involved with the Pookie types, yeah, they may be the girl who looks like she's doing well in school, or she may be the woman who may be looking like she's got everything going on with her career, and everything will look great as related to what's going on the outside. However, when it comes to what's going on the inside with that black girl or that black woman, it's nothing but chaos, and that chaos is something that is reflected in the man that she's involved with. Now, when it comes down to these black girls and these black women who get involved with these Pookie types, a lot of them are getting involved with that Pookie type because that Pookie is a reflection of how she sees herself on the inside. And this was something that as a teenager I had a hard time dealing with, but eventually wound up accepting. When I was turned about 16 years old, I realized that basically this Pookie that she's getting involved with is the yang to her yin, and basically what she's doing is getting involved with a guy who is a reflection of her, not looking to get with this guy because of social acceptance, but because this guy basically reflects all of the dysfunction going on inside of her. Because when it comes down to women like a Skai Jackson, even though they have a lot of success on the outside as related to their career, what's really going on inside these women is a lot of issues as related to self-hatred, a lot of issues as related to a lack of self-esteem and self-worth, and it's those issues of self-esteem and self-worth that basically has them looking to desire this Pookie. It has them looking to desire this Pookie because she basically doesn't feel that she deserves a good man, and in many cases she basically feels that she is not worthy of having or deserving a relationship with a good man. And also, when it comes down to a lot of these women, they want to buck against a good man because they don't want the structure of a good man. So a lot of guys like myself, the square dudes out here, we would be sitting up here scratching our head wondering why she's looking at this Pookie, why is she dealing with these drug dealers, why is she dealing with these gang members. But the truth is that this dude, basically, she's attracted to this guy because she's got issues on the inside as related to how she sees herself. and she does not see herself as a good person, and that's why she's attracted to this bad boy. It's not about what people call so-called excitement. No, not about excitement at all. No, it's about her having this low self-esteem, having this low self-worth, and the man she's dealing with has this chaos going on the outside in the streets. But what many people don't understand is that that same chaos that that guy has in the streets is the same chaos going on the inside of this woman. And what many of us brothers don't understand is that this chick got so much chaos going on inside of her as related to her self-hate issues, her low self-esteem, and her low self-worth, that when she goes out in this world, she basically keeps that all bottled up, but that basically is reflected in the man that she gets involved with and the type of men she gets involved with. She usually goes out here and chooses these pooky types because these men represent all that chaos on the outside. Because again, whereas men are external, women are internal. And again, the man on the outside is a reflection of the woman on the inside. If your woman is basically out here with a balanced brother, she has balance going on in her life, and she'll choose a balanced man because that balanced man represents everything that she is on the inside. But if she's choosing Pookie, she's choosing Pookie because Pookie basically represents how she feels and sees herself. He represents how she sees herself and on the inside. And when it comes down to a lot of black women, like a Skai Jackson, from my own personal experience, a lot of these black women who are out here with the Pookie types, they don't like themselves. And since they don't like themselves, they go out and get the most toxic male with the most chaotic life. They get this guy because this is how they see themselves. They see themselves as not deserving love. They see themselves as not feeling worthy of being in the presence of a good man. And what these women will do is that when good brothers come up to them, they will basically look to drive those brothers away because they don't feel worthy of that man and they feel they don't deserve that man. But they'll get with the Pookie because Pookie, again, is someone who they believe is on their level. They believe that Pookie is on their level. They believe that Pookie is the right guy for them. And the sad part is, with a lot of black men, we wind up taking that personally as related to these women instead of understanding this woman basically has a lot of serious issues that go all the way back to her childhood. I mean, this is something I have seen ever since I was a boy back in the 1980s. Ever since about 1986, 1987, I began to see this pattern with a lot of black and even Hispanic girls choosing these Pookie type guys, and I never really took it personally. I understood, if she's choosing this dude, then there's definitely something wrong with her. I understood back then something was wrong with her and didn't take it personally. I just accepted, yeah, this chick is cracked. And if she's choosing this guy who's basically, again, destroying your community and basically looking to, again, destroy herself by doing things like having sex with this guy and getting pregnant with this guy, there's something wrong with this chick. And the best thing for me to do is basically leave her alone. That was something I understood back when I was 12 years old and 13 years old, when I saw these girls getting with these Pookie types. Understood, okay, if she's getting with this kind of guy basically shows me that she's this kind of girl, and if she's this kind of girl, then maybe I don't want to get involved with her no matter what she looks like academically, because a lot of these girls, they would get straight A's in school and do well in school, and again, have this facade of, again, academic excellence, but on the inside there was something very wrong, because again, if you have academic excellence, this is what really confused a lot of boys. They were thinking, oh, she's got this academic excellence, well, why is she choosing this guy? Well, a lot of times these girls got a lot of stuff going on at home where their mom is jealous of them, because the mom is a single mom and she's competing with her own daughter for, again, the attention of other men. Sometimes these girls are getting out here, and again, they don't get no guidance from mom, so they're getting out here with guys who are 18, 19, 20, 21. That was what a lot was going on in the 1980s. They were getting with these older guys, and again, desperate for attention because dad wasn't there. And since dad wasn't there to, again, nurture his daughter and teach her, self-confidence and self-worth, she wasn't dealing with the younger guys like myself. No, she was dealing with these older guys because that was a symbol that she was, again, valued as related to society back then. And a lot of these girls, they would not only get with 18, 19-year-old guys, they would be getting with 20-year-old guys, 25-year-old guys, 30-year-old guys. And some of them were, again, looking for love. And as they looked for love, again, they looked for the men who could have the time to give them attention. And a lot of times the guys who would have the most time to give them attention were these Pookie types. And that's the type of guy they wanted because, again, this guy reflected the chaos that was going on inside of them. He reflected the same chaos that was going on. Her life, again, it looked good on the outside, like Skai Jackson's life looked good on the outside. But what a lot of people don't know, I did my own video about Skai Jackson where I talked about how she was a woman in crisis because her parents wound up divorcing. And as her parents wound up divorcing, again, she probably didn't have much contact with her father. And as she didn't have contact with her father, she was looking for love from this Pookie, again, looking for love with this Pookie as related to a guy who she thinks she can control. This is another aspect a lot of brothers don't understand. Again, they choose the Pookie type not only because they want the chaos, he reflects the chaos going on with them, but they also choose the Pookie type because they want to get power in the relationship. Power they felt that they couldn't have with their father. With their fathers, again, this man is not available, and what they don't understand is your father is not available not because he doesn't want to be there. He's not there because this woman has weaponized the family court to keep him away. This woman, who is your mother, has gone out here and demonized this man in your eyes, and now you're looking for a substitute for that man as related to, again, having someone you can control, someone who you think won't go away. Again, when it comes down to a lot of black girls and black women, again, they are filled with a lot of spiritual and mental chaos. And again, Pookie is a reflection of that chaos, but he's, again, what I call an all-purpose fool that she can go out here and manipulate and control. He's an all-purpose fool and an all-purpose tool. And I saw a lot of these Pookie types. Again, these guys, they were older, but they were not very smart. And again, these girls were basically leading these guys around in the 1980s when the first generation of these type of girls were out here. I mean, the first generation, or I'd say the second generation, because the first generation, again, they had the single mothers out here, but these were the ones who chose the Pookies. And again, as they were choosing these Pookies back in the 1980s, again, these guys were useful idiots. And I remember being in high school, and these guys basically would put their own health, safety, and freedom at risk, all to satisfy the whims of these girls. I mean, these girls would go out here and send these guys on kamikaze missions to go fight other guys. I mean, here you got a 21, 22-year-old guy. Again, he going out here to fight another guy who's 16 or 17 years old outside of a high school because he said doing something to her. Again, this guy doesn't have the critical thinking to go out here and lead himself. doesn't have the critical thinking skills to go out here and lead himself or follow his own direction. No, he's out here going out here looking to fight guys, again, based on what she has said, going out here looking to shoot guys based on what she said, looking to go out here and get felonies on his record over nonsense that this chick is, again, pulling him around. And as she's pulling him around and making him her all-purpose tool, she's also out here looking to find other people and create more chaos. That's what she's looking to do, create even more chaos that's going on. And again, the only thing a smart brother can do in these situations is basically look to avoid dealing with this type of girl. That's something I learned to do when I was in Park West High School and basically implemented my own, again, what similar to Brian Solange's Marlboro Man policy. Again, you gotta leave them alone. That's what I did in '89. Leave them alone, because these chicks basically, they will create chaos in your life. They will create chaos in your life, create drama in your life, and basically put you on a road where you can either lose your freedom or wind up losing your life. That's what can happen to you if you get involved with one of these chicks who likes these Pookie types or has these Pookie types as friends. You gotta watch how what women you deal with. This is something I learned back in high school. You gotta watch who you dealing with and watch the company she keeps. If she's out here with these Pookie types, you gotta put 1,000 miles of distance between yourself and her. You gotta put 1,000 miles of distance between yourself and her, because this chick, again, she lives for chaos, she lives for drama, she lives to make trouble. And again, you don't want this chick undermining your journey to where you want to go. And the more distance you put between yourself and one of these chicks is the best thing you can do for yourself as a man. You got to put distance between yourself, between chicks who like the streets, who like the club, who like the Pookie type guys. Those are the ones you got to put distance between yourself, because again, this chick will have dudes come into your house, have dudes come into your job based on nonsense and looking for drama, because her whole life, again, is related to the chaos she hasn't worked out. And since she hasn't worked that chaos out as related to herself, as related to her deep self-hatred issues, her deep self-worth issues, she will go out here and again express that and manifest that stuff inside of herself, manifest that stuff out here as related to the men she keeps company with. And smart men, what we do is not keep company with her. We leave her to the streets, and we leave her to the Pookie types that she gets involved with. And when it comes to chicks like Skai Jackson, yeah, they may have success as related to their careers, but the whole thing is that these women basically eventually wind up undermining themselves. And that's what's happening to Skai Jackson right now, because what these chicks do is, as they get involved with these Pookie types, they start becoming their own worst enemy. And again, people, as they see her with these Pookies, what they do is start putting distance between themselves and her. People in business circles start saying, nah, we're not dealing with her because she's a liability. But you'll get black men out here thinking they can put on a cape and some Mickey Mouse galoshes and play Captain Save 'em. No, there's no saving this woman from herself. No, there's no saving this woman from herself, because she doesn't understand that the things that are going on are related to her. And unless there's a licensed psychotherapist, the only thing you can do is get out of her way to keep her from getting in your way. That's something, again, I learned back when I was a teenager dealing with these kind of chicks. The only thing you can do is get out of her way and let her go on to self-destruct, because she basically, that's what her self-hatred is having her on a subconscious level go out here and look to self-destruct. And it may be sad because, again, a lot of these chicks are pretty, a lot of these chicks are very smart, but they become their own worst enemy. They become their own worst enemy. And as they become their own worst enemy, they wind up destroying themselves. And the sad part is that as they destroy themselves, you want to avoid this chick because this chick will take out people within a radius around her. She's like a nuclear bomb. She will take out everyone within a radius of her, and the only thing you can do is get out of that radius and look out for your safety. That's the only thing I could do back in the 1980s. A lot of guys would get mad at me and say, "Oh, why don't you have a girlfriend? Why didn't you want a girl?" Well, I understood that if I get involved with this chick who's around these Pookie types, again, she's gonna derail my life. She's gonna derail all the things I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do back then, I wanted to write comics. I wanted to go out here and again write stories. I wanted to go to I was just trying to get out of high school. And again, I understood if I get involved with this chick, she may again look good on the outside, but I gotta look at the company she's keeping. She's out here with hood rats. She's out here with Pookie. I can't be in that social circle if I want to go somewhere. I can't be around these people. And any smart guy, again, she may understand. They understand. Yeah, she look fly, but I'm looking at the company she's keeping. I'm looking at the dude she's dealing with. And again, that's not. She's looking to lead a guy. And again, you have to take the lead. And this is something many black men don't understand. If you can't lead the woman, then and she's not looking to follow you, you gotta understand that's not the one for you. And if she's following Pookie, then you gotta understand she's that type of girl. She's not the sweet and innocent one, because one of the mistakes we make out here as teenagers and young men is we start putting these chicks on pedestals. Oh, she looked good. Oh, she looked like she got it going on. No, you got to look deeper than that. You got to look deeper than that and look at the company she's keeping. You got to look at the company she's keeping. You got to look at the dude she's dealing with, because, again, if she's following the lead of Pookie, then that's showing you that this dude is, again, dumb. And also, he's not also dumb. He's also being led by this woman, a woman who's leading him into chaos, and leading him on a road to his own destruction. Now, he's on his own road to destruction. This Pookie, again, is on a road to his own self-destruction. But the whole thing is you want to stay out of the wake of all that. You want to stay out of the wake of all that destruction, because you're the one who's going to have to pick up the pieces of your own life. You're the one who's going to have to look out for yourself, because this is something, again, young brothers, we don't understand. We so caught up in looking to get the girl. Oh, there's something like, oh, he's taking her away. This was something that when I was a teenager, a lot of guys was like, oh, she's with that bad boy. He's controlling her. No, she's the one in control. She's the one looking for the control of the relationship. She's the one looking for a weak dude to control. And the Pookie is a guy she can control. She's the one looking to, again, be able to get this guy under control, because she has chaos in her life. And again, this man is a reflection of that chaos. And he's somebody she can get to be under her control. She can push his buttons, get some drama going, to get attention for herself. He's the guy he can go out here and get to, again, push his buttons and get him agitated and upset. He's the guy she can go out here and, again, be able to be her all-purpose tool. And the whole thing is that you deserve better than this type of chick. You deserve better than this type of chick and her serious self-esteem issues and possible mental health issues. This is something, again, I understood as a teenager. Again, the best thing for me to do is leave this one alone. Leave this one alone and let her self-destruct. And the further away I'm away from her when she eventually self-destructs, whether she becomes a baby mama or she winds up again, another casualty of these streets with a STD, or she winds up again winding up one of these chicks who basically winds up again with her life a complete wreck, or basically winds up in the grave. The further away I'm from her when her life falls apart, the better off it is for me. And that's what you got to understand as a man. You got to look out for yourself. And a lot of brothers back in the 80s, they didn't do this. They were sitting up here getting mad, grills cooking. Oh, why is that girl with that dude? Why is she with her and not me? I got all this stuff going on. Well, she doesn't want anything going on. She's with this dude all because he's got issues just like she has issues. She may look like things are going on the outside, but on the inside, again, her life is a complete wreck. Her life is a complete wreck, and the whole thing is she doesn't see that wreck reflected in you, and that's a good thing. If she's, again, a complete wreck, she's looking for, again, a guy she can manipulate and control, and she wants to, again, look to be the dominant one in the relationship. And you ain't got time for that. No, look for a woman who wants to follow your lead and be part of your program. That's what brothers really, if you want women, you got to think about it that way. But if there are no women like this, the best thing for you to do is roll solo. That's why I adopted something similar to the Marlboro Man lifestyle. Back in the 80s, I saw these girls getting involved with these dope boys, involved with these gang members, involved with these older dudes, and I basically wrote them off. I just said, nah, I'm not going to go out here, and I'm already having a hard time trying to get myself together academically because I got these bullies talking about you don't have a girlfriend, but I need to focus on where I need to go. And again, I can't get involved with this woman because she will make a bad situation worse. Because if I go out here and get this girlfriend, she's going to make my life miserable because she got 4 or 5 guys on rotation. She got 4 or 5 guys on rotation, and 4 out of 5 is going to be these Pookie type dudes. And again, these guys, because they're emotional, because they have poor self-control and extreme competitive jealousy, these guys are going to put my life at risk. And the best thing for me, again, to do back then when I was 16 years old, understood I need to put distance between me and these chicks. I don't care how fly she looked. My freedom is much flyer. My freedom and my health and my safety are the most valuable things, and that's what I understood back then. And a lot of black men, we got to understand, again, if she's with this kind of guy, she's that kind of girl. And if she's that kind of girl, then we need to leave her to the streets, because we got to understand our value as men is higher than her attention. Our value as men to God has more value than her attention. Our dignity and our self-respect and our freedom have more value than her. And again, the only thing that she's going to do is basically, again, destroy everything in her path because she doesn't see her own value. And again, it's not your job to show her her value. It's your job to take care of yourself, put yourself first. It's your job to look out for you. And the only thing you can do when you see a chick with a Pookie type is basically for your own safety and your own freedom, basically go out here and put that distance between yourself and her and let the chips fall and stay out of anything that's got anything involved with to do with her, because she's going to explode. And again, it's just a matter of when, not if, her life falls apart. And you don't want to be anywhere near that, because the guys who are going to be near that, they're the ones who are going to be stuck with child support. They're the ones who are going to be stuck with drama. They're the ones basically going to be stuck in a mess, fighting with this dude or having this dude come to their work looking to fight them, looking to shoot them. I mean, you don't want to mess your job up or mess up your life. So the only thing you can do is, again, leave this chick alone. And if there are a large population of them, the only thing you can do is adopt a Marlboro Man type lifestyle like Brian Solange proposes, because they're not worth your time at all. Because There's no fixing a broken woman. No, and that's something I had learned. Basically, these chicks are as is, and with these chicks being as is, again, they basically, if they're choosing Pookie from day one, and this is what I saw when I was 13 years old, they choosing this type of dude from day one, then again, she's that type of girl. And if she's that type of girl, she's going to grow into that type of woman. And you can do better than dealing with that type of woman. You can go out here and find better. If you're on a road to doing well for yourself, you will again find better quality women. And the whole thing is that as you focus on yourself, you need to focus on taking care of your business and find and again not worry about these women and worry more about your purpose. Now, if you want to learn how to break out of the simp paradigm that leads to a lot of guys getting upset at these Pookie types, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And you can also find that book on draft to digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And there you can also pick up my other men's issues books like Stop Simping in the Workplace, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, The Man Crisis and The Woman Crisis, and Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, and learn why women like this are to be avoided. Now, if you want to see me make more videos about men's issues, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, The Temptation of John Haynes. Give in to temptation and pick up this action-packed African-American paranormal romance. Get The Temptation of John Haynes in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Godbreaker. The man who rules the world takes on the Asgardian god of thunder in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes, Godbreaker in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.